Thank you for today, especially the fifth day of March, Tuesday, 5th of March, 2023, 24. Sorry, we're in 2024. This is 6 p.m. Biafra time, although we're supposed to come up earlier than this, but busy and all of that. I want to say to you, thank you for joining. Wherever you're joining from, my name is Kelechi Ambrose. This is Biafra discussion, talk about Biafra and the activities, the issues surrounding the Biafra nation. On this hallowed platform, Truth Channel Network. Remember, I've always told you why we call this platform a Truth Channel. Because all we represent here and all we convey here is the narrative of truth. Welcome, please, as you join in, share this broadcast on all your social media platforms and also like the video as you share. Then also subscribe to the channel as you share in case you have not subscribed to the channel. I want to greet you wherever you are based on your time and your location all over the world where we watch from. We have had to always we have had so many things, and I know that you might have some information about the things that are going on in our land, amongst our people, those ones who have been manipulated. Although today we're supposed to look critically at the Nigerian narrative, because every Tuesday we're supposed to look at the things Nigeria is doing against the Biafra people, and at the same time also to look at the activities all over Nigeria. Nigeria is a construct that has destroyed lives, impoverished people, caused people to be in pain, caused people to be in shame, and continue to shortchange the people. Shortchange the people. The people are shortchanged because they are deprived of their resources, the proceeds from their resources. They are deprived from being free. They can't get themselves to do things the way they should do it because they are not in their land. A lot of our people are scattered all over the nations of the world. I don't need to tell you this. It is not because they want to be abroad. Some people have that mindset because they want to be abroad because of the situation at home. And anyways, these kinds of things have a way of telling on the people, and that is why there will always be, this eagerness. Someone was telling me, I wish I would travel out. I want to travel out. But what causes it? Because nothing is working in their place, in their community. Nothing is working. But we want to make things work. And the reason why things must work because we have gone past the stage where we have to rely on other people, give us their name, like the dog, name us, take our resources, impoverish us, enslave us, our children come into the system to repeat the channel or to continue in that cycle. It's high time we got free. It is high time we received and got our freedom. Not even receive. It is high time we took our freedom. So in taking our freedom, we have to get rid of the people who are Nigeria agents being used to destroy the whole system, to destroy the structure, to destroy what we're doing. Since our leader was extraordinarily renditioned, kidnapped in Kenya by the help of some of our people, and extraordinarily renditioned back to the zoo and being in detention, where we've been having confusion upon confusion. In fact, since 2021, criminals amongst us have seen it as a means of taking advantage of the situation we found ourselves. That's why Bible says that strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. What has been keeping us together in a common knowledge based on the fact that we have come to understand that he is truthful, focused, and dedicated is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The only thing that we need now to happen in our land is for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be freed. But I know that lots of our people are doing several things to make sure he doesn't come out, including the criminal in Finland. They are all doing different things, patronizing juju, different shrines, conjuring because they want to be in control, because they want to always have the platform, no rivalry. They don't want anything that would scatter what they are gaining. And they want to do it. They are just wishing and praying in their own wicked ways to restrict any success coming in. But that will not work. Hopefully, by God's grace, on the 19th of this month, Mazin Abicano, 19th March, yes, that is Tuesday also, I can remember now. Yes, Tuesday next upper week or so. We are looking forward to Mazin Abicano being granted bail and coming out to us. We're looking up to that. The greatest thing that will help us and get everything settled in our midst and restore, that connection with focus and the ability to know who is in criminal and to for the people, because majority of our people today are confused. They don't really understand who is genuine, who is not genuine, who they should stand for, because they are debased in their mind and they are hopeless. And so anything that looks like real to them is real. Anything that looks like, even if as long as you come on around and brag, and maybe Mazen Ambikano has said, listen to him, they just feel that they just have to continue. Whereas Mazen Ambikano had actually said, listen to some people in the past, and later Mazen Ambikano comes to say, this person is no more part of us. They excommunicate them. These are things are very, very fundamental. So we want Mazen Ambikano to come out, and we pray on this platform that Mazen Ambikano will be out on the 19th of March 2024. And I say Ise, Ise. We always say Ise three times. Anyways, significantly, anyways. Even if we say it once, it's working. Today I'm going to be taking you through an odyssey, something, oh my God. I posted something today on my Facebook platform and also on Twitter that if you want to understand comedy, if you want to, get comedy or to laugh, just go to the platform of the criminal in Finland and you would have the ability to laugh always, because he comes very childish, he displays childish actions, attitudes, and all of that. Now, the other time I told you that around that Olu area, which we already know, and Yala and all those places, the Nigerian military tankers are parked there continually. There's one town, where in that Olu area, that Osu area, Imo State. Sorry, I'm trying to check some information so I can give to you, because there's some things I want to show you from the criminal's platform. So I'm looking at his platform. Now, the military tanks have been parked there, and he has been telling you he has been destroying. You see, the irony of this whole lies. I don't know why our people allow themselves, because I have to take my time to be giving my broadcast now in a way that people will understand it very well. Because it seems I do rush things. Some people have told me that I talk fast and I rush things. I want to take my time, even if I will not take much time. I will just take my time to explain. If I cannot explain them in the limited time I have in a particular broadcast, I will extend it to another. Now, the irony about this whole comic relief program that the criminal in Finland is engaging his followers in, and they keep and jubilating and all of that, is that if you go to Biafra land right now, the reality is on ground that things are very bad. The military is dealing with our people. Did you know, some of you don't know, that most of Simon's men were killed yesterday, and so, and all of that? Most of his men were killed. Most of his men were killed. Did he tell you? No, he won't tell you. But what he did was to go on social media today. Yesterday, first, what he first did was to post a particular video of the military men around, Osu area, um, you know, and that market, around that area. I can't remember the community now. And they were moving around. Now, if you check those military men, they are armed, but they are not alert. Some of them are not even armed. They are just around. They are holding their guns, not in a battle ready manner. They are just relaxed, carrying their speakers, playing their music, going around, doing their things. They are not perturbed, they are not alerted. Now, when the criminal in Finland claims, when he claims that he has defeated, when he claimed that he has defeated the Nigeria military, what do you expect? That means the military is supposed to have run out of Biafra territory. In fact, they are supposed to be somewhere hiding. They are supposed to be, alert at any point in time. If some of them who are alive, be careful in trying to dodge to make sure they don't come under fire by the so-called BLA that the criminal has caused an army, which most of them have been killed today, as at yesterday and Sunday. Now, but here is the army he is claiming that he has defeated. I'll try to make it very simple so that people will understand because his followers are not intellectually sound. So when you try to explain things in a very complex way, they don't understand it. So I need to take it step by step. The criminal in Finland called Simon Ekpa claims that he has defeated the military. The same military still have their tanks in that community. They still have their tanks, their armored tanks. As I speak with you now, their armored tanks are still in Nigeria, in Australia, packed there. As I speak with you, I confirmed it this evening, about 30 minutes before I came online now. Still packed comfortably. The military men are moving around that area without any resistance. And he is claiming that he has defeated the military. Now, as of yesterday, he posted. Now, do you know? I want to tell you guys something. Some of you don't know the psychological game that Simon plays on you. I think I explained that on the tweet this morning and on WhatsApp, on Facebook also. I explained that. Whenever he sees, look at one e-frog has come here to look at, I'm explaining something. Instead of them to listen, they will come here to become e-frogs. Anyways, that's their job. So allow them. Now, instead of him to concentrate in doing the right thing, he chooses the wrong path. And what happens to those people who come against Biafra and who choose the wrong path? Sometimes you are blinded by the things you gain, but you will definitely be defeated. Now, here we are, as I talk with you now, before I came on air, 30 minutes before I came on air, I confirmed that the armor tanks are all in Ihiala area also. They are packed. Now, here are the military people who are playing music on the road. I'll play it to you now. Let me get you the stuff. I think I have to get you the stuff so that you can understand what I'm trying to explain now. I actually explained this on my Twitter today and my stuff, and I tried to make people understand. Now look at this. Okay, you know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to try to get the Bluetooth so that I can get this sound for you to hear the sound. So please, one moment, let me get the Bluetooth. All right, I'm here with the Bluetooth because I want you to hear what I'm going to be playing live and direct, and also see the video. I'll make sure I don't play the video on screen directly. I'll show it to you through my phone. Now, look at the military that the criminal in Finland said he has defeated. I'm going to bring out many messages from this, and I'm going to show you some of his tweets and other things that he's trying to make you believe and manipulate you to believe. He said he has defeated the military, right? I was trying to make you understand the use on your psyche. Some of you don't understand this. Whenever he knows that a particular video will contradict what he has been saying, what he does is he will be the one to quickly post it first. As soon as he gets it, he will post it, and then he will give a particular narrative on it so that he can use that narrative to hold the minds of his gullible followers under that spell of his criminality and under the spell of what he has done to them spiritually. Because they visit all these shrines and all of that. Now, so that when you see that video, what comes into your mind that forget it, so-called leader, so-called PM has dealt with it. It is propaganda. Now you are talking about propaganda. Now you are saying you will not go so low to do propaganda. But this is the same person who several times, when he told you that Biafra is going to come in 2023, he said it's propaganda. He wanted to use that when he said no election in Biafra land. He told you one time that it was propaganda, that he wanted to shake them, and he used it as a propaganda that Biafra will come in 2023. And he said it is propaganda. He has said several times that most of the things he does, some of the exaggerations he does, is propaganda. Now, for him to show the evidence or the evidences of the about almost 20 armored tanks he said he has destroyed, he said he's not ready for that kind of propaganda. For him to show you the over 500 bodies, also 500 bodies that he said he has, military persons he has killed, he said he cannot do propaganda. I'll show you the tweet when he said it, which he tweeted today, telling you he's not going to go on level of propaganda. And also, he said he was not going to go on the level of propaganda. But when they sent him a video of one particular vehicle, one Jeep, also one vehicle being bumped by his criminals, who all they do is hijack or waylay somebody on the way, burn their vehicle and run away. He now posted it on the platform to say they are giving them water. What about the ammo tank? What is really the convincing card or the winning card if you want to actually make people believe what you are doing is to post the ammo tanks. When it came to the ammo tanks, you said you don't want propaganda, but you can bring one vehicle that was destroyed by your people and say what. Does it make sense to you? So why are you bringing that one? If you don't want to show anything, don't show anything. Because when you show something that is less compared to what you have been bragging, today he said 3 Tucano jeeps. No, sorry, Tucano jets were chased away by his men. Now, let me ask you those ones who don't have sense. Did you know what Tucano jet is? These are world-class fighter jets. He never showed you any picture of it. His men couldn't capture in their hidings. They couldn't capture the jet flying on Biafra land. He said he drove them. His men on ground were able to chase them away. 3, not 1. Did you know what it means to have 1 Tucano jets on ground? Oh my God! Please, before I go on that, now let's look at this before we go on. Now here is Nigeria military. These are the people, the criminal in Finland, Simon Epak, is claiming that he has defeated. And on his platform, before I play the video, on his platform, do you know when he tagged this video? Do you know what he posted? Let me tell you what he posted. Let me show you what he posted because some of you are just morons. You don't understand. This is the video of the Nigerian military dancing in Biafra land. And this is what he posted. Let me read what he posted to you. He said that defeat terrorists. He wanted to say that defeated terrorists. Army headquarters, propaganda. You will collect very soon. Oh, I thought you said you have defeated them. Why then go collect very soon? These are people who are, you will see the video I'm going to show you. They are not under tension. When people are defeated, what happens? Do they come to play music in your land? Do they move around your land dancing? They can't try it because they're defeated. Now he claims he has defeated these people. And these people are dancing in the community. Now look at what he tagged one of their he tagged the video. Look at the things he wrote. Look at the video. And look at what he wrote. He said, breaking, Nigeria terrorist has finally lost the war. The people who are dancing in your land. I don't know how. I think he believes that you people who are following him are demented. Honestly, I can't imagine, because I can't imagine someone telling them showing them clear lies, opening up things clearly, lies, something that is white, he's saying it is red, and the people are still jubilating. Yes, yes, our PM, water. It is crazy. It is out of normal. You know that something is deadly wrong. It's just like what is happening. You are telling people, let's be free from Nigeria. They say no, they want election. They say Nigeria is killing them. They say no, let's have Nigeria. Being one is better than being different. You tell somebody you were not your forefathers, your great grandfathers were not Nigerians. They were forced to be Nigerians. They were named Nigerians by the British. They were named Nigerians by the British. They say no, I am a Nigerian. You know why? Their mindset have been regulated and reconfigured by the narrative of what the colonial masters has passed into them through, or has put into them through their schools, their national anthem, their national pledge. I pledge to Nigeria, my country, and all those nonsense, all those junks, and their parents too, who don't know their rights, telling their children, you are a Nigerian. Here is someone who tags a video of Nigerian military dancing without being threatened in Biafra land. You know what some of the people are posting? They said the Biafra Liberation Army don't want to confront them in the marketplace. What nonsense talk is that? Said they don't want to confront them in the market space. Can you imagine that kind of talk? Can you imagine that kind of talk? These people were not only dancing in the market space, they dance around the market. They still come out. They drove out of that place. Their tanks are still packed around there. Look at what he wrote. Nigeria terrorist has finally lost the war. Which war? There was no law. There was no war. They actually came against you and killed some of your men. He never announced it. He never told anybody anything. Has he told you anything yet? He will not tell you. But their men have been killed. Many of them have been killed. But he won't tell you. They keep losing their lives. He won't tell you. Those ones who are stealing, making money, will not tell you. Did you know I have an audio? I'll play it. An audio of one of their men begging that they don't even have, that military has blocked everywhere. They cannot go out to buy food. That we should give them money. From Simon's men, the one he said is defeating them. I have an audio. The next time I'm going to come up, I'm going to play the audio to you, the voice. You will listen to it. Saying that they cannot go. The military have blocked everywhere. They need food to eat. Now, my argument then when I heard that audio is military has blocked everywhere. So if you send you money, where are you going to go buy the food? That's how they lie to collect money, because they want more money. But the truth about it is that they are hiding. They are suffering. Simon is not giving them, some of them are not getting monies. It is only few of them that will come on social media and do all the things they're doing. Some of them are suffering. They are fighting inwardly. Now, see what he wrote. Nigeria terrorist has finally lost the war. We told them that this is not 1967. Social media posts. Anybody could post anything on social media. That's what he posted. We told them, but they are dancing. Who dances when they are defeated? Not only dancing, they are not dancing in their own place, whether Yoruba land. They are dancing in the land where you say you have defeated them. They are playing music and dancing. He now says they are now sustaining on propaganda. This is a live video showing them in your land. You say it's propaganda. How? They are not dancing in Abuja. They are dancing in Osu, in Ihiala, all those places. That's where they are dancing. And you said you have defeated them. He said they are now sustaining on propaganda, bringing speakers to play music in an open market. Ask the terrorist Nigeria headquarters how many times have they played music in Borno. You can look at foolish talk. They can't play music in Borno. Let me answer him here. They can't play music in Borno because they are afraid Boko Haram might attack them. Boko Haram, they cannot. How can you play music in Borno when Boko Haram is in charge? But they can play music in your land because they are the ones controlling the narrative. After dancing, all of you will still die in Biafra land. Nonsense talk. You said you have defeated them. You are still saying they are going to die in your land. And they are playing music in your land. They can't play it in Borno because Borno is dangerous for them. If they try it, before they know it, all of them are down. But they played it there. Your men couldn't come out to bring them down. You're only showing us video and say later, all of you will be down. Does it make sense? Does it make sense to somebody who is reasonable? Why Nigerian military is personnel are dancing in Biafra land is because they have subdued the structure, the system. And let me tell you something. You will hear in this video. The name they were calling is IPOB. You know why? IPOB is Mazin Namdekanu's product. But before I give you this explanation, no, let me give you the explanation before I play the video. Because I'm going to show you some things today. Because our people need to be put in a perspective of reasoning. That is my job. That's what Chukwokike has brought me in here since Mazin Namdekanu was extraordinarily envisioned and put where he is for people to come and sustain the narrative of truth until he is out. And that is what I'm going to do. Nothing will stop it. We will stand here to, the people will keep hearing this truth. And that's the truth. Lots of people here, if you don't want to listen, lots of them have run away from my broadcast, but you will see my message. You must read it. You will be tempted to read it. You will see it on Twitter. I'll still give the same messages. Written, typed out. You'll read it now. So, however you like, my messages are going far and wide. People download it and forward to people to watch. So if you come here to ask how many people are watching, you are a fool because you are just an imbecile. You don't know what you came here for. I'm teaching you, so calm down, listen very well so that your brain will work. We are not zombies. You cannot be a zombie all your life. You are a human being. You must reason. When people are telling you the truth, listen carefully. Now listen. The reason why the military in this video, I think I should play the video before I actually explain, because you will have to hear what he said before and I'll tell you what he actually is talking about. Now look at what he said. Nigeria terrorist has finally lost the war. We told them this is not 1967. Do you compare the kind of fight they fought in 1967 with all this nonsense you are doing in Biafra land, endangering our people? What Simon and his boys will do, they will go to a community where they know the people don't support them. They will go there, kill Nigerian military personnel in that place who are just on their own. Those ones who, two or three people who are just on their own, moving carelessly. They will ambush them, kill them, and then they will run away and go and hide. Then the Nigerian military will reinforce and come to that place. They will now start killing the young men in those communities. They use the Nigerian military, give them a reason to kill people. So they help them kill people. They help them set people up to kill them. Because what they want to do, what Nigeria wants to do, is to decimate our people, to make sure they reduce the number of young men who are powerful, who are going to fight the battle when the time comes. So Simon and his men are contracted to do that job for them. They go around, Nigerian military will sacrifice some of their men. They will go there, ambush those ones, kill them. They will now use that as a justification in coming to that community, take the young men there, harvest their organs, kill some of them, take some of them to jail, make sure they keep reducing the young men in those communities. They just see a young man, they capture him. But the people who committed that crime, Simon's men, have run away to Butuzo at Olo there to go and hide, and that's their camp. Which Hope Uzodinma said he's going to destroy that place, he's going to bombard those places, and he's doing it. Because these guys are working for their money in tandem with the Nigeria contraption. And that is why that is why you see that even most of their men lose their lives along the line. Because all they need to do is Nigerian military will continue to even hunt those ones they use. Because they know that after using you, you will still be a thorn on their flesh. So as they contract you, give your bosses money, they will still come for you. And your bosses will sacrifice you. They will never talk about it. How many times have you heard Simon? Only one time he came up, and that was last week or 2 weeks ago, and say, well, we lost one of our men. Because after they have dealt with many of their men, I can show you a particular video here of their man, of how they are killing their people with a mask on his face and all of that. These young men are suffering. Simon is making money on them. He said they are sustaining on propaganda. How? They are dancing in your land. They are not dancing in Abuja. If they are dancing in Abuja and telling the world that we have defeated them in Biafra land, that's a different narrative. They're in your land dancing, in Biafra land dancing, and you are saying it's propaganda. How is that propaganda? Does it make sense? I want to tell you people why Nigerian military is doing what they are doing in Biafra land, so that you will understand that they are in control. The so-called man who said he has destroyed 20 armor tanks, he has killed over 500 men of them, their men and all of that. He cannot actually give you any proof of all of that. He now sent another the same. He must just try to get the brains of his people not to work well because he wants to make sure that he doesn't lose you every Saturday where you come to give him money. He now says, disregard the propaganda video. We have defeated them. Can you imagine? The video you are showing me is not the type. The video they are showing you now is not the. I showed you you guys the other time. Boko Haram coming in. I will show you. I think I'm going to play that video today, where Boko Haram went to a place. They burnt some of the tanks, some of the vehicles of the Nigeria military, and they showed it. You will see clear evidence. Now, these other people, so-called Simon and his criminals, say they have been destroying tanks, up to almost 20. They cannot show you one tank burning, but they can show you one jeep somewhere burning and tell you water. And when you tell them to show you the tank burning, they said it's propaganda. They don't play that kind of propaganda. You should go and verify yourself. Does it make sense to you? Don't you see that you are being fooled? Some of you don't understand some stuff. Some of you are just under this spell. We want to save you from that spell. We want to get you out of that spell. You are actually you are bewitched. That's why you don't reason. And when people come to help you reason, you abuse them, you threaten them, you send them inbox messages, sorry, and threaten them. How you are going to kill them, how they are going to do this. Some of you will go to shrines, start swearing. How can you swear against somebody who is innocent, who is clear conscience? You can't do all those things against me. They can't work against me. Rather, they would turn on your generations and you because Akam Diocha, as clean, as clean. See, disregard the video, the propaganda video. How can you tell me that is propaganda video? A video that is clearly playing these men dancing in your land. They are not dancing in Abuja. They show you clear evidence. You cannot show clear evidence. They are dancing. They were not battle ready. They were comfortably dancing, which means that you are not a threat to them. Nobody is a threat to them. Because if you are a threat to them, they will hold their gun in a way, they will be alert, looking around. You are not a threat to them, so they are dancing comfortably. And you say it's propaganda. Oh, no. This is the last kick of a dying horse. Who is the dying horse here? You are the one who is the dying horse. That's why you're explaining. You're trying to explain yourself on Twitter. Now, he said emergency broadcast this evening. Trying to explain himself. He knows that things are getting bad for his people. He knows his men have been killed. Many of his men has been killed. He will tell you. Maybe this night he will just say we lost some of our men along the line of combat, and they are so rest in peace. We 1 minute silence for them, but we are winning the war. We are dealing with them. He'll try to manipulate and tell you, manipulate your brain on the video. The video is clear evidence. The men are there dancing. Their tanks, their armor tanks. I told you 30 minutes before I came online that I confirmed from Olu area also. Their tanks are still there. The military tanks are still there. In Ihiala, the tanks are still there. The military tanks are still there. And yet he's telling you he has defeated them. The cameras, he comes to show you all the cameras they have put everywhere, trying to show you where the military have. The military people have taken the cameras. He cannot show you anyone again. Maybe this time around, as I've said it now, he's going to give them money to go and buy one and put somewhere so that he will show you that he can show you. That's all they can do. Hide somewhere, put camera. Then they will now tell you, see them, we are watching them, we are watching them. They will all die in this land. Oh my God. He said, this is the last kick of a dying horse. It is finished. We are going home, my people. It is happening. Can you imagine? Military is dancing in your land. You are telling my people, we are going home. You are going home. You are still in Finland. Around Una no get sense. Around there, look at him telling you this kind of thing and you believe. Can you imagine? Look at, after this propaganda, we will know what else they will present to the public. The Biafra Liberation Army is not your mate. You know, you know their basis and location. They are not in the market. That is the argument they keep giving, that they are in the market, so we cannot engage them in the market. Are you a madman? If you carry a gun and enter in the market, you know your target now. If you claim you are professional and you have snipers, all you need to be your snipers will be positioned in different places. From where they are, they will gun them down in the marketplace without hurting any man. You said you have snipers. You said you have professionals. So talking about market, don't give all those funny excuses. Those are very funny and childish excuses. Very childish excuses. I want to see the light will come on because it's getting dark. Telling us in the market, trying to give, and the people will be jubilating. Yes, it's because it's in the marketplace. Let them come to the bush. Why would they come to the bush? You are hiding. Why would they? Why would they know where you're hiding? Come out. You said you are fighting. You are an army. Enemies are in your territory. You come out from where you are. Go and face them. You don't stay in the bush and say they should come to the bush. How can you come in the bush in your hideout when they don't even know what you're doing? Look at it. He said the Biafra Liberation Army has engaged the Tukeno. Now look at it. Today's post, yesterday's post, around 6:30 Biafra time. He said, breaking. Everything is breaking to him. The Biafra Liberation Army has engaged the Tukeno fighter jet of the terrorist army today, and our anti-aircraft send thunderous sound for sky. What kind of grammar is that? The grammar is as empty as he is. Send thunderous sound for sky. Your anti-aircraft. Chineke Ndiara. Yeah, I don't know whether Ndiara get their own Chineke. Chineke only premier niile. Let me not go to that level because there's God of madness. That's demon of madness. That's their God. Can you imagine? He said they engaged Tukeno fighters. Now let me just paint a picture in your mind. Did you know that those Tukeno jets are not just ordinary helicopters? These are sophisticated fighter jets that Nigeria government bought. You don't just engage them with your tabun tabun gunshots. He's talking about anti-aircraft. Anti-aircraft. He doesn't have any anti-aircraft. They only have those stuff, rocket launchers that they have that cannot even, that before they even try any nonsense, they have been caught. And even the rocket launchers, I don't even know whether they have more than one because I remember that period when we were discussing on the platform of when I was still thinking that they were reasonable, let's talk and do stuff. I was still with them on the, Biafra and the what they call the nonsense they call advisory board as the secretary. I was there, and we were discussing about buying 5 of those rocket launchers or something. They asked him, "How many do we need?" He said 1 or 2. Can you imagine? The whole of Biafra land is talking about 1 or 2. So if a Tukeno jet goes to Calabar to bomb, and the 2 is in Imo State, how would they be able to send out? How would they be able to deal with that one? There, no sense. He said 1 or 2. The people. It is the people who are. He claimed to be military, but it is the people who are on that border telling him, 2 will not be enough. 1 or 2, we need up to at least we need 5. Let 5 be in different locations. He said, yeah, that's true. They give them money. I don't know whether he got only one. You remember, he was telling Shadow to bring the one he's holding. That's just it's not even anti-aircraft missile. It's just you know, what do we call it now? Rocket launcher or something. He said Shadow should take the one he's holding to go and give to what do they call Holy Ghost or something, or Butuzo or Holy Ghost, because they want to use it for another job. So that's how they move. Is upon all the money is being contributed. Now, those ones that was bought by the advisory board was bought from the contributions they made, not from the monies Biafrans have been contributing. Biafrans have been contributing monies, yet the advisory board members were still contributing to buy some stuff for them, to buy some of these things he's claiming to buy. He will still come and said he needs this, he needs that. He said they engaged Tukeno jets. The other time he said they shot down one. About 2 weeks ago, he said they shot down one of their jets. Now he said they engaged them. And today our anti-aircraft send thunderous sound for sky. What a grammar. Making the Tukeno jet to chicken out on 3 attempts. On 3 attempts, they came and they ran away. You don't have sophisticated weapons to stop them, but yet they are running away from you. And they are dancing in your land. If you cannot stop the ones on land dancing, is it the ones on the sky that you can send away? The ones on land are dancing, meaning that they have defeated you. Because nobody will stay in your land and dance if they have not defeated you. Without enemies, stay in your land and they are dancing. They are not battle ready. They're just dancing in your land. That means they have defeated you. That means that there's something they have done about you in that area and they have silenced you. You couldn't stop the ones on land. You are talking about stopping the ones in the air. Haba, make una reason now. Make una think. Use your brain. He said we can perform that. It is not by making video for propaganda. That's when he made that statement. Whereas he sent a video showing you one jeep burning, said it's water, water. He'll send a video showing you one little fire somewhere, said they have burnt oil pipeline. He'll send you a video. All of this stuff, he didn't call that propaganda. Now, to show evidence of this, he wants to put in the minds of his people not to ask for evidences. He wants his people to use this as an argument that they are not interested in propaganda, whereas he is the highest of propaganda. He's a propagandist, the highest of them all. Every time he's on Twitter, tweeting, because he doesn't do any other thing. Because he's feeding on your money. He doesn't need to, like every other person who is abroad, they work 3 jobs or 2 jobs and go and work from morning till night. They become tired. He won't do that. But if you remember those times he just started, he wasn't broadcasting even effectively the way sometimes he will come back tired and all of that because he was working. He has not started making money from you then, but now he's having all the time, and you are funding his criminality with your stupidity. You are funding his criminality with your stupidity. I pity you guys. Because by this time, by December period, when he will come up and run away, as he has told you he's going to give you Biafra, and all he's going to come and do online is to declare freedom. Mazen Namikano will be released on bail on the 19th. We believe that certainly. So things will be fixed, definitely. He said, we can confirm that the BLA has overpowered their foot soldiers. You have overpowered their foot soldiers and they are dancing in your land. Nah, there, self. Now, wow. Now, let me play the video. Now, listen to this video. Listen to this video. Watch this video. This is the Nigeria Army dancing. Try to see. Do you see them dancing? Do you see them dancing? They are not battle ready.
Say no to IPOB. Say no to IPOB. They are evil. They are evil. I'm telling you. Life in Ekuba has a market today. Say no to IPOB members. Yes. Say no to IPOB. It's evil. Say no to IPOB. IPOB is evil. I naba. I jebe. Say no to IPOB. One Nigeria. Life in Ekuba has a market.
these are the people.
Life in Akuba is the market.
These are the people that Simon claims he has defeated.
This is the restoration of peace in the full local government. IPOP must go. Life in Akuba is
Now, this is the people he claimed to have defeated. They are talking with audacity. Now, did you notice something? They were not talking about BLA, they were talking about IPOB. Their target is IPOB, Mazin Namdi Kanu. Now, is it coincidental? I mean, is it surprising to you, or you think it's coincidental that Simon comes out to tell you that there is nothing like IPOB anymore or ESN? That there is nothing like anybody who is operating as IPOB or ESN is a criminal. That's what he said. He came out about, I think it was in January, in February, the beginning of February or so, when he made that statement. He said anybody fronting as IPOB now that there's no more IPOB, IPOB has been banned. He said anybody fronting as IPOB is a criminal. Simon said it. That means, in other words, he's saying that Mazin Namdekanu is a criminal because Mazin Namdekanu is in detention because of IPOB and ESN. And as at today, he is standing as the leader of ESN and the leader of IPOB in detention. He has not changed the name. And I came here to tell you that the implication of this is that he is telling you what the Nigerian government have in heart, that Mazen Namdekanu is a criminal. Now, the same military has been sponsored by the Nigeria government to come and campaign this way after their men have been able to defeat every stronghold in their area, in Osu, in Olu, and all those places. And now they are now advertising, telling the people to say no to IPOB, that IPOB is evil. Although we know that some of them have gone into criminality and behaving evil, like Simon's group that he took from IPOB and formed his own group after Nelly introduced him to some of these people, and all of that. And we have other groups also committing criminality. Do you know whom they refer all of this group to? IPOB. You know why? Mazin Namdekanu is the target. So before they want to reorientate the people and reconfigure their brains before Mazin Namdekanu will come out. So that is why you see things happening in Aba now. You see them trying to the Governor Oti is trying to do things to make sure that things are working in Aba, so that the people's minds will start leaving IPOB. The people will now start believing in one Nigeria. Go to other places. Other places now we want to take the key. Let's start doing something so that they will not no more believe in IPOB or believe in Biafra freedom. They will now start talking about one Nigeria. Now, hear these people telling you that IPOB is evil, say no to IPOB. They are campaigning, and they mentioned IPOB because IPOB is the target. The same way Simon also targeted IPOB and called IPOB a criminal group. These people now have come to say the same thing Simon said. IPOB they didn't say BLA because they know BLA is working for them. They know BLA is working the agenda of Nigeria contraption. Even if also they target a BLA people to kill them, because they know that even if you work for them, they know that as much as you're working for Nigeria, you are also a sabo. Because if you're going to work against your people, they will also come for you. So they said IPOB, Mazin Namdekanu is the target. They said IPOB is evil. They said IPOB should be abandoned. Say no to IPOB. You know why? Mazin Namdekanu's legacy is what they are targeting. The same way Simon targeted Mazin Namdekanu's legacy, trying to destroy it, trying to disrupt it. He got to the climax to the point where he said that Mazin Namdekanu is a criminal because IPOB is a criminal group. Now he tried to, after I made the broadcast about that, what he now starts doing is IPOB Nigeria. He starts making it sound IPOB Nigeria because he knows the implication when I open the people's eyes to understand this. He now knows the implication. He now starts saying IPOB Nigeria. You said IPOB. Don't disguise. Now let me give you the shocker here that will make you understand that Simon actually knows what he's doing. I'm going to give you a shocker here. I'm going to give you a shocker because some of you don't understand. Um, you know, there's somebody who Simon posted his stuff on platform. Maybe he liaised with Simon to write it. Then Simon will now forward it on his platform. Because stealthily, that that particular narrative or that article gives you towards the end, and you are going to get a subtle presentation that makes you understand this guy's motive. Some of you have not noticed it. I'm going to point it out, and I'm also going to write it as text and forward around. So listen, an appeal to Tinubu. Simon Ekpa, look at this. You see his stuff there, his picture and all of that. So I'm reading from his Twitter, from his X platform. Just go there, you see it. I think it was actually published on the 3rd of March, around 10:03 Biafra time. So go 3rd of March, you're going to see it there. I'll quickly read it because so that we can round off for today, and then we can move on next time. He said an appeal to Tinubu on Southeast agitation by Elliot Uko. The person claimed to be Elliot Uko. Now look at what the person said. You are going to now understand Simon's plan and program. You are now going to understand Simon very well through this. He said writers, individuals, and some sections of the media have tried to paint the picture that the agitation in Southeast is mischievous, insensitive, and built on greed for power. Nothing could be further from the truth. Now you see, he lays the foundation to give an impression. I think it's getting dark here. Let me open the curtain more to see if I can. Let me put on the light and see. I don't know if the light is better. I think the light is better. So, okay, the light is better somehow. Now, listen, let me read it out. It's just that my cap will now begin to give a shadow on my face, but you have to manage it for now because we're going to round off soon. Now, listen to it. Listen to it. Writers, individuals, and some sections of the media have tried to paint the picture that the agitation is in the Southeast is mischievous, insincere, built on greed for power. Nothing could be further from the truth. Commentators usually begin the story from the middle, thereby erasing the truth. Their agitations are actually frustrated citizens who are scared of handing to their own children the unacceptable condition they found themselves in post Civil War Nigeria. They believe that since they were not responsible for the war, that they should not be eternally punished for a war that ended 53 years ago. They desire to be treated as equal citizens, their region treated fairly as other regions. They desire true federalism, fair treatment to all, level playing field for all. That has not been the case. That has not been the case. Their reaction and desire to succeed is anchored on their belief that they will never get justice. You just listen as the person is putting the story, of course, making some points, but then you now know why he is making this point. That's why Simon posted it. It's a plan using him to write it because he will not post this thing himself. He needs somebody to write it and post it so that it won't be as if it's coming from him. So now it all began 24 years ago as a little flicker of flame. It grew into a huge inferno because the root cause of their grievances has never been addressed. Justice, fair play, and equity. The world has helplessly watched the agitation in the southeast grow steadily from a storm in a teacup into a hurricane. How can there be storm in teacup, for God's sake? Now, anyways, let's go on. How less than 100 random young men, Raf Wazuruke, gathered at his Ije, Iji, Ijide Digun, Ijide Didun Street, Ogun, Ogunlejika, Lagos, okay, Lagos area, Lagos residents in September 1999 grew into several hundreds. He's talking about Wazirike's men from hundreds, from few men growing into several hundreds. Then thousands, and now several millions under Mazen Namdekano. He has brought Mazen Namdekano to the picture now. Let's go from there. How pundits and friends of every government, Obasanjo, Yaradua, Jonathan, and Buhari, had assured the agitation would be certainly crushed within weeks, or at most within a few months. How these advisors have managed to remain without blame, but rather smartly and successfully passed on the blame to other people, completely exonerating themselves, remain a great mystery. Regime after regime completely trusted these discreet advisors who presented themselves as experts on how to cripple, paralyze, and permanently silence the agitation. We are going somewhere. Just keep listening. Meanwhile, the ranks, audacity, tenacity of the agitators only doubled and quadrupled, of course, steadily, from disrupting census head counts. He has stealthily entered into the so-called successes of the criminal in Finland called Simon. He said, from disrupting census headcounts to pulling down the Onisha prison gates to opening a liaison office in Washington, D.C. Do you have a liaison office in Washington, D.C.? The answer is no. He said he has a house there. The answer is no, there's no house, because the apartment they are using, Sutu, in that building belongs to somebody who rented it. And all they do is set their chairs anytime they want to do anything. The person will just, they pay him. So all he needs to do, the person is a mechanic or vulcanizer or something. He goes and arranges, he goes, removes his chairs, and then the chairs, of course, the ones they bought, are in cartons in that place. They remove the chairs, put the chairs there, and then they set the tables, and then they snap pictures and send to you and say their office is having a program. That's all they do. Now he said he now moved all these things into what Simon is claiming to do. He said, meanwhile, the ranks, audacity, and tenacity of the agitators only doubled and quadrupled steadily, from disrupting census headcounts to pulling down the Onisha prison gates to opening a liaison office in DC, telling you that these are all Simon's achievements, which means that he's trying to tell you that that Onisha prison gates break is by Simon's making, telling you that the census headcount, the number, I don't know whether it is this their referendum thing, is also their success. And that says, establishing a radio station in London. The agitators over the years grew and grew in size, number, and sophistication. When internal crisis amongst them led to the emergence of a new leader. Now listen. Now this is where you will understand the plan against Mazin Abikano. Listen carefully. After all the activities, remember that period of Mazin American. Okay, now understand the other paragraph. Talking about the radio in London, Mazin American was broadcasting and all of that. The census head count, however you look at it, what he means by that, Nain Sabi. The liaison office in Washington, which he also puts in this part of it, which of course Simon is claiming to have, and all of that. Now he now says, when internal crisis, that means after Mazen Namikano was kidnapped and extraordinarily renditioned, internal crisis began in IPOB. He now wants to tell you who is the new leader. He says, when internal crisis amongst them led to the emergence of a new leader, that means the internal crisis within has displaced Mazen Namdekano. Now there is a new leader because there is a new structure set, a new design, If you claim that you are under Mazen Namdekan, why do you come to set up a structure different from what Mazen Namdekan has? Why not go around and thinking and gathering the people? Let's see how we're going to get Mazen Namdekan freed, so that when it comes out, things will be rearranged. Why are you desperate to call yourself, give yourself titles and all of that? I'm going to play a particular voice in my next broadcast where they were arguing about this title thing, and he was answering the question, you know, very shabbily and all of that, and dancing from here to here, and I was just laughing. He couldn't answer that question when he gave himself prime minister and all of that. I'll play. There's some voice messages I'm going to play, including the one of his men is crying of hunger. Now listen. He said, when internal crisis among them led to the emergence of a new leader, telling you that Simon is now the new leader, Mazen Namdekan is not the leader. Simon is now the new leader. And a new faction with a new name, a decade later, they have a new name, Biafra Liberation, as Biafra, whatever they call it, in exile, Biafra government in exile. He said, they now have a new leader, a new name. That means he changed. That was why he said IPOB is dead, because he has changed everything and converted everything, put everything under himself, named everything according to him, so that it will be that he is actually the one in charge. This writer tells you that with a name a decade later, the authorities resolutely refused to review the strategy of containment. Now you see it. As the new leader effectively used the airwaves to aggressively spread their gospel of secession. How aggressive has he been? Mazen Namdekan is more aggressive. This one is criminal. Gathering huge converts, discrediting the first and earlier leader. Simon is discrediting the first and earlier leader. The first is Wazirike, the earlier Mazen Namdekan. However, he tries to put the grammar, that is what he's trying to tell you. Or directly on Mazen Namdekan. The first and earlier leader, they can put that word first there as sentimental to Wazirike. Then earlier means anything, which means that the one that preceded his, that came before, that was there before his. He said, as the new leader effectively used the airways to aggressively spread their gospel of secession, gathering huge converts, discrediting the first and earlier leader, regional leaders and the federal authorities continued with the same old format and strategy of calling the agitators miscreants, defiant, criminals, and fraudsters, while rolling out tanks and security to deal with the troublemakers. Now you see, in this last paragraph, go to Simon's tweet. People didn't read this thing well. Simon is telling you through this person, and that is why he retweeted it, because he's resounding it, that he is the new leader. I'm still going to make an article on this last paragraph. That he is the new leader, and this new leader he is now discrediting the old. Mazen Namdekan didn't do it well. Mazen Namdekan was doing wrong things. Mazen Namdekan is a criminal. That is why I dissolved IPOB. That is why I said IPOB is a criminal organization. Discrediting the other. This is a clear statement indicting Mazen Namdekan. Some of you don't understand this. I don't know whether I don't know whether you have been so contaminated that when you see truth, you just don't want to say anything about it. You want to allow it sleep. I'm going to stop here. I'm going to continue this narrative on Friday. On Friday, I'm going to talk about this greatly, because I'm supposed to be doing it every Friday. But I needed to talk about this today. And I'm going to also show you some other things that I need to show you, the videos and all of that. Other things I needed to show you. The one I talked about where Simon couldn't answer the question straight when they were asking him some questions. His own people were asking him. He couldn't answer it straight. And the voice message of one is his men crying of hunger. I'm going to get you guys to understand all of this stuff. I want to thank you guys for being here. Please share this broadcast on all the social media platforms. Let people hear the truth, and subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed. Like this video before you share. Very, very important. We'll continue to win with the narrative of truth, because truth will make us free. Thank you so much, and God bless you real good.